Well, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Newsbeat here on Metro TV. The 17th of August 2022. The news is live from the Akua Boahema studio at North Ridge. We'll be bringing you all the headlines from across the country. Let's take a look at the details of the headlines. Renewed gunshots rock Boko, leaving 3 people dead and many residents living in constant fear of their lives. Hundreds of residents of Mamobi protest Assembly's decision to evict them. We will bring you live pictures from the scene. And on the foreign front, voters in Tunisia overwhelmingly approve a new constitution granting unchecked powers to the office of Tunisia's President Kais Saied. Welcome back. Now, in our first story, 4 persons have been killed by unknown assailants in Boko in the Upper East region. The incident is said to have occurred around 2 p.m. Tuesday, August 16, 2022. 3 of the victims, who are all males, were traveling on board a commercial vehicle when they were attacked and shot. The driver of the vehicle, who sustained gunshot wounds in the leg, together with 1 passenger, managed to escape. Now, the incident is reported to have occurred near the Boko Senior High School. Later in the day, another man was shot at the frontage of his house by some other unknown assailants, bringing the number of the dead to 4. Let's now cross over to the region and speak with our man Halidou Gasmani, who can tell us more on what's going on. Halidou, thank you for your time. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Newsbeat. So, just briefly give us the update now as we speak.
Thank you, Annie. Welcome to Boko. Early hours in the day yesterday, for people work, and later in the day, 1 person was shot near Zongo, near Ramos in Boko. And this morning, what we are also picking up from Boko is that another person was also shot in the night in the Daduri, one community in the Boko municipal. So now making the total of 5 people who have been killed in the Boko. All this as a result of the conflict between the Kosas and the Mampuses. So far, according to the police, this investigation has been commenced, and they are trying to see what to do to find out the perpetrator or those who actually caused this unfortunate incident. And so far, unidentified people, and we have not yet found who have so far put up this incident. So, according to the police, this body has been put at the Presbyterian Hospital for further investigation. So far, we have 1 person who have been killed and out, making a total of 5 here now, Annie.
Right. Confirm to us, do we have some battlefields in Boko where yesterday one of them was used? We're told that the 2 factions actually met on the battlefield and were exchanging gunfire. Confirm, is that true? If you have battlefields, where are these battlefields? What are their names?
Well, these people, according to the police, where they are in the name haven't been revealed, and so they have told the media to stay calm and wait for their investigation to come out. And so it is not able to tell us the clear incident, what actually transpired. And so we'll find difficult giving the specific details of these people.
Right, but I'm asking if you have specific areas that the 2 factions sometimes meet and fight.
Well, no, you don't have a specific place where they always meet and fight. But it's like there are 2 factions. One find it difficult to go to the other, and so when you mistakenly go to the opponent side and they find you And that's another case. And so that's what happened. There's no specific point that they meet and always fight, or they always meet and have these issues.
Okay. We're told that the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament is visiting the area. Have you gotten the information, and how prepared are you to receive them?
Yes, that's what we have been told. And according to the report, they are expected to be here 2 p.m. So we are waiting to receive them and also make a follow-up and give up to speed what will be happening here in Bawku.
What's the countenance of the people? Are they ready to listen to peace talks? Should leaders step in?
It is difficult to tell, Annie, because the very people that will be able to engage with or to listen to these people are those people that we can't get in touch to, and so it is difficult to tell now.
All right, Gasmani, thank you for your time and giving us the update. So the update, or the important point you should pick, is that now 5 people have been confirmed dead. Yesterday was about 4 as we recorded, and by this morning 5. All have been taken to the mortuary. Now, security safety analyst Adam Bona is also joining us via Zoom. But before then, we will also be hearing from some youth of the area. First, Buara Majid, secretary to the Mamprugu Youth Association, is on. Buara, thank you for your time. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Newsbeat. So you have accused the regional minister of staggering the peace process. How so?
Yes, good afternoon to your viewers, and good afternoon to you as well. The regional minister is the chairman of the Regional Security Committee of Upper East Region. He's a native of Bawku. He's a Kusasi by tribe. So during the heat of the conflict, the Bawku-Bolga road became insecure for people in town to traverse that road to Bolgatanga. So the security put up security measures of escorting the passengers from Bawku to Bolga, and then mostly from Bolga to Bawku, in order to ensure that their lives are protected. But a directive came from the regional minister that such escorts should stop. So the security then aborted the escort. And now that stretch of the road are now used by these Kusasi bandits to attack any person that they perceive he is a sympathizer of Mampusis in Bawku. 4 attacks, that particular road, they have attacked 4 solid attacks have been executed in that road. And this is the 5th attack. Even an ambulance, a patient was being transported to the TTH. They shot at the ambulance, and the driver ran away and left the ambulance on that same stretch of road. Now you call yourself a regional minister and regional security council chairman. What have you done to protect life and properties? That means that the regional minister is complicit. Complicit in the sense that he has decided that the police should not escort the people to Bolga, so that his tribesmen could have a free range to kill innocent people that they perceive are either sympathizers to Mampusis or are Mampusis. That is why we are accusing the regional minister.
How dangerous is it to have a Kusasi as a regional minister?
It is dangerous because the regional minister is the one who is in charge of all the security affairs in Bawku, and he's paying lip service.
And knowing this minister, is he a person that you don't think can take a neutral ground and ensure the safety of both sides?
He cannot take a neutral ground because he's a party to the conflict. We know Stephen Yakubu during his youth days. He and Cletus Avoka and Co were leading the Kusasi Youth Association. That they were fighting for the Kusasis. They were those crusading for the Kusasis. So now how can such a person play a neutral role when his tribemen and he himself is part of the Bawku crisis? He cannot play a neutral role.
So we're told
So we
that
have
after
called on the president. Look, let me provide you an important information. Since the conflict started in November 2001, the regional minister has not stepped foot even to town to assess the security situation. He has not even come to the Mampusis and our region to even appeal for calm. Yet he's been going to the Kusasi chief not once, not twice, not thrice. He's been going there to his tribesmen, but he has never stepped foot to the regent of the Mampusis to even talk to him or to even receive concerns from the region as to how they can maintain peace and stability in Boko. He has never done that. He has never done that. So now such a person, his attitude clearly shows that he has taken sides as far as the Boko conflict is concerned. And more so, the Kusasis are further emboldened because of his inactiveness to commit further murder and crime, because they have somebody who they think supervises the security situations in the region.
Are the Mampusis feeling, are you feeling threatened because you have a Kusasi leading you?
We are threatened. We are threatened because a Kusasi who is a party to this conflict is not supposed to even lead any security delegations or security deliberations in Boko, as far as his tribe is concerned.
And you as a party to the conflict as well, what will you advise that in the interim, who to be appointed to lead your...
Any neutral tribe within the Upper East region, be it a Frafra, be it a Nabdam, or be it a Kasina. When Atangoba was there, we have not seen such kind of murders in Boko. But why is it that Stephen Yakubu took place and such kind of murders are happening? That tells you that he is complicit. He is complicit to the act. He has not visited the region. He has not visited anybody to ascertain how the people are suffering. He doesn't care as far as it benefits his tribesmen. If you look at his own district, the Binduri district, Mampusis women that plied trade at the October market, their wares were burned down, burned to ashes. Zebila, Mampusi women wares were burned to ashes. Garu, our women that plied trade there, they were beaten mercilessly till the security went.
To me, that now the crime is taking into homes where women and children are also murdered.
Women and children, because the moment they find any town woman within their territory, he becomes subject of an attack.
Right. Right, Majid, just hold on. Let me speak with the David Adoliba, who is an honorable presiding member for the Boko municipality, to engage us. And we'll also have security analyst Adam Bona with us. David Adoliba, if you can hear me, good afternoon to you. Hello? Okay, kindly unmute. I think you're muted, so unmute your mic, and then as I also welcome Adam Bona. Adam Bona, please, if you can hear me. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Great, thank you for joining us. Okay, David, are you unmute now?
Yes, I'm.
Okay, great, great. So you belong to the Kusasi faction, don't you?
Yes, I belong to the Kusasi faction.
You belong to Kusasi. Did you hear the allegations being made by Majid?
Yeah, I think that this is not the time for us to start sharing blames to people. This is an issue that existed so many years. The conflict is as old as 50 years, because it started somewhere in 1957 and 56, 57. And so when we get to a situation where we find ourselves in such an act that is not accepted by anybody, we should rather be working towards getting a lasting solution to this issue rather than blaming. I remember in 2000, there was a Mampushi man who was the regional minister, by name Mami Salifu, Boko still engage in violent conflict. And so it is not about the individual. It is about us as a people. What is it that we cannot engage ourselves on a round table to ensure we get lasting peace of the area or within the area, rather than always trying to shift the blame to individuals? It is us. I think that what happened in Boko is condemnable. We should not accept it. We should frown to it, because we need a peaceful atmosphere where we can get things.
Before you can achieve all that you are saying, there is the need for leadership, and the president has appointed someone to lead the region. That person is said to be coming from the Kusasis, and so the Mamprosis obviously are not comfortable. They are monitoring the movement of the minister, and they are saying the minister seems to be more accommodative to the Kusasis than the Mamprosis. But you are heading an area that is so volatile, and we expect that we see a neutral approach to your activities. So what you are saying is something that we expect the minister to carry out, and not even the people, because he is supposed to lead the way.
Yes, as stated, the same Majid was seen on tape video threatening the peace of Boko before the conflict. He mentioned before the police commander and one colonel that Boko will know no peace until they become chiefs. He mentioned that. And so it's clear that.
All right, let's bring in Adam Bona. I am having problems with Mr. Adoli. Adam Bona, if you can hear me, thank you for joining us once again. So, in all that has been happening, what do you make of it now? I asked a question to the Mamprosi gentleman I was speaking with, Majid, if it will be appropriate to get a neutral person lead the region in the interim.
Oh, yes, good afternoon. For me, I think I will side with, the last speaker before me? Is it
Honorable
I can't remember
Adoliba,
his
right?
name. Honorable Adoliba. I think that what is going on in Boko is despicable, is condemnable, and so I will side with him 100% and say probably the name calling should stop. Innocent people have been killed. The issues must be investigated. The regional minister, I don't know him very well. I have not met him. I haven't spoken to him. But information I have picked is that it looks like, I think the father is Kusasi, the mother could be a Mamprosi, I'm told. Anyone who knows Boko very well will tell you that most indigents of Boko would either have the paternal side being Kusasi,
Exactly.
the maternal side being Mamprosi. And so for me, what is happening shouldn't be happening. The people of Boko must come together and find a lasting solution to what is happening in Boko. Somebody will definitely be profiting. Anyone who understands conflict will tell you that there is usually those we call the conflictpreneurs. The more there is conflict, the more they make money. And so I will urge Majid and the Adoliba who spoke that they would have to, especially the young people, like Adoliba did allude to. This conflict has persisted, long, it's older than most young people or most people in Boko. If you look at the census that was recently conducted, most of them in Boko today will be less than 50 years. It tells you that it's persisted for a very long time. And so who in his right frame of mind would accost a moving vehicle, stop them and shoot them? And so for me, I think that, yes, there are issues that must be looked at. But This shouldn't be the time where, if you ask me, should the regional minister be removed? My question would be, it doesn't matter who you bring. If the people, both the Kusasis and the Mamprosis, especially the young people, cannot come to a round table and agree among themselves that what is going on is stifling development in Bawku, it doesn't matter who. You can bring a Ghana man, you can bring a Dagao or a Wala man to come and be the regional minister in Bawku. Something would happen and he's going to be painted as someone who belongs to one side. So as far as I'm concerned,
is it not a failure? Is it not
happening?
Okay, is it not the failure of our security strategy in curbing the situation there?
It is partly the reason. But you know what? Anyone who knows how much it costs to deploy security officers. So in fact, yes, Majid, if you ask me, anyone who understands how much it costs to deploy one police officer or one military officer, fuel, rations, and everything that must be given them. So what it means is that if the people of Bawku will not agree among themselves to be peaceful, anytime market women are moving, they must have police escort. It could be too expensive. So sometimes if you are not very careful, I'm not speaking for the regional minister, but probably the regional minister is handicapped because Bawku is not the only township in the Upper East region.
So do not deploy, make the region a police region, no?
Well, it's one of the things I suggested, that not make the Bawku town a police region. Once probably that happens, you are going to have Bawku now being elevated as a police, maybe the 19th police region, and a lot more emphasis will go there. You are going to have security personnel deployed. You are going to have a regional commander who would man the Bawku enclave as a region and all that. So it will come. It's something that I have been propagating.
Right.
But before that is done, I think the young people, Majid and Honorable Adoleba, who spoke before me, and all of them should come together, especially the young people, and see how can they bring about peace. But when it happens this way and they accuse themselves, for me, I think it won't help. There was an occasion where I appeared on a program, said something, and some of them thought I was taking aside. I have no interest in Bawku. Mine is that as an analyst, you look at the issues as it unfolds. So as far as I'm concerned, the regional minister probably could have done more. But how much resources does he have? Probably to do more. So I think they would have to tone down and see how these issues can be handled. Annie.
Right. I thank you. I thank you, analyst, security analyst Adam Bona. We'll get back to you as we continue to analyze this issue that is still running. But let's do some more developmental stories. And a planned demonstration by 100 residents of Mamobi has been adjourned to August 25, 2022, following the inability by the police to provide security for the protesters. The decision was arrived at after an engagement with the organizer by the police to schedule a new date after the decision to kick them out by August 28, 2022. My colleague Elvis Ando has more.
The planned protest to kick against a decision by the MC.
Right, we'll bring you the report later, but let's take a breather. When we come back, we'll get to Mamobi. Welcome back to Newsbeat. Now, let's go into the schools. And the 3 Opokuwari Senior High School final year students arrested for an alleged involvement in a robbery have been granted an 80,000 Ghana cedis bail by the Kumasi Circuit Court. The case has been adjourned to September 1, 2022.
The boys, all final year students, were arrested on Friday, the 12th of August 2022, for allegedly attempting to snatch a taxi from its driver at gunpoint in Kumasi. Authorities of the school in a report confirmed the 3 suspects as Akwesi Edudonko, Owusu Apia Raphael, and Osubontin Osei Kwejo. The identity of the students, according to the report, were confirmed by delegations sent by the headmaster of the school to the Kumasi Central Police Station on the same day of their arrest. It followed a call by the police to the school chaplain and counselor, Reverend Father Adufojwo, of the involvement of the student in the alleged robbery. In a statement signed by Secretary of the Disciplinary Committee, Bismarck Ejimanduya, all three students have constantly displayed deviant behavior and had been withdrawn from the boarding house.
Still on education, two unions at the University of Development Studies, UDS, have suspended their strike over the discrepancies in the payment of their salaries. Now, the unions, the Senior Staff Association of the Universities of Ghana and the Teachers and Educational Workers Union said that temporary suspension of their strike is anchored on a number of conditions, including the resolution of salary discrepancies.
I can confirm to you that the strike has not been called off, but it has rather been conditionally suspended. This is as a result of our engagement with management and the Minister of Education, Honorable Minister of Education intervention, and other relevant stakeholders. We were shown what they call MOE, signed between Vice Chancellors Ghana and the Controller Accountant General. A copy of which we still have, and the MOE was based on the fact that there was going to be an interface. What it means is that they would have to establish a link, an electronic link where our salaries and inputs can still be done within the various public universities and sent via an electronic medium to the Controller Accountant General for verification and payment. And only for us to see the other side of it turning out to be a pure migration. Because as we speak, we don't have a complaint desk. So we demanded that we need to have a complaint desk to take care of the complaints and the salary disparities and discrepancies, challenges that we face. As I speak to you, some of our members have not still had their accounts credited. In other words, they have not yet still taken their July salary. Not because they don't want to take, but their account is empty. This has not been resolved. The upwards and downwards errors in the payment of the July salary has not been addressed. So we have given them timeline, and we are counting. The 2 weeks will start. We resume work tomorrow. All of us will report to work tomorrow, and we'll start counting from tomorrow. The 2 weeks will begin from tomorrow. We count up to 14 days. So what I've done is that I've picked 14 stores every single day and throw one. When we get to the 14th day and we haven't had any positive response from the demands that we have made, then we take it that it's no longer a mistake. There is a principle that says when mistake repeats itself, there is no longer a mistake, it's a decision. And we'll also pick it from there.
Well, Zakaria Mohammed speaks for the Senior Staff Association of the universities. Now, let's go to Mamobi, and a planned demonstration by over 100 residents of Mamobi has been adjourned to August 2022, following the inability of the Ghana Police to provide security for the protesters. Now, this decision was arrived at after an engagement with the organizer by the police to schedule a new date after a decision to kick them out by August 28, 2022. My colleague Elvis Ando has more.
Planned protest to kick against a decision by the MC of the area, Mamobi, has been postponed to the next week, which is August 25, 2022. And this decision is as a result of an engagement with the police. According to the police, they're saying that they have limited time to prepare for this demonstration and hence pleaded for an adjournment of the protest. But however, we spoke to the assemblyman of the area and this is what he had to say.
Per the time frame that they are giving us, we are not happy with it. And the way and manner they serve us letter, within 21 days, they want to evict us from the land. We don't agree. We totally disagree with the municipal, which is the office that I belong to. We are Ghanaians. We can never litigate with the state. But the state too should also think about us. The concerns that we are raising and the per the petition that we have written to His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to the Vice President, Honorable Bawumia, they should invite us and listen to our side about the historical of that land, how our predecessors came and occupied on that particular land. But what they are saying, that we are there as squatters. We are not squatters. You can never retrieve revenue from somebody who is living on your land as a squatter person. Per law, if the person is unknown to you, it's not a squatter person. Unless you are not aware. We pay monthly revenue, which is land title fee, land fee. Every month we have been paying. Stores are paying 50 Ghana, 30 Ghana. The structures are paying 20. Some even are paying 1.5 a month. So we are not squatters. Therefore, the government should intervene with this issue and listen to our side.
Now let's engage some of the residents to know what they feel about this decision. Mami Pacho Memo Akwa Baba Metro TV.
Yeah,
say abai no etwen eye emre no ekọ anima ubetu.
Mintu.
Wuntu. E dey ntina wuntu.
Nia mintu ne say me ni ba bi akọ. Me aga na ni o say okọ pe ba bi foforo ama me asi odan. Ama me say me ntram kopim da mewu a. Eni emepene. Na say me tu ha de me kro mo kra me kwa na ho.
I wish we can do it now, because time and time waits for no man. But so far as they said, we've been given time. We will still have the patience to wait for them.
Don't you think the deadline for you to evacuate is 28th, and the demonstration has been adjourned to 25 August? So what do you think is likely to happen?
Okay, for me, I would say I thank the media for coming to our aid, because through them, the whole wide world is seeing whatever is going on over here right now. Yeah, so I don't have much to say, but we wait to see what will go on, to see what will happen.
Are we all not Ghanaians? Are they human beings and we are human beasts? Please, if that's our honorable MZ, we eject us from our area, the market square, Kuda Market, Mamobi, illegally, then wherever he is in this country, he will not be safe. It's not a threat, but it's a conditional reaction.
That is the concerns of the residents, and they have shared their views on how they are unhappy about what the government is telling them here at Mamobi, and the decision by the MC to have them move from the land where their forefathers have been living since. Reporting for Metro News, I am Elvis Ando, Mamobi, Accra.
Right, you're still watching News BT on Metro TV. Winston Taki is here to give us all the updates happening in the economy. Winston, you're welcome. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Annie. Good afternoon. Our stories in Ghana cities, that is the inflation, depreciation of the city, and some update from the world of business right after this. And now to our first business story. The Ghana cedi has lost value by 32% to the dollar to sell at about 10 Ghana cedis on the domestic market. This, according to a financial management consultant, directly details investors' confidence, thereby causing them to derail from pumping monies into the economy.
The relationship between the depreciation of the Ghana cedi and the profitability of banks is quite difficult, as they do not have direct correlation, because at the end of the day, the banks generate cedi on their income statements, and therefore their profits are also expressed in Ghana cedi. However, for the shareholders and investors, especially the multinational companies and those foreigners, you see, these monies, once the monies are made or the profits are made at the end of the year, they are converted into USD and paid to them as their returns. So what's going to happen is that once the cedi depreciates, they will rather make those investors and shareholders have less money in terms of the USD that was exchanged. And ultimately, What is that returns on investment for these foreigners investing in the economy will be less. So they will choose whether to remain or continue to invest here, that is in Ghana, or relocate to the other markets where they are getting better returns. So at the end of the day, we will have low inflow of foreign direct investments into the country, and that is going to have serious consequences on the economy.
Now, away from that, the textile and clothing industry is becoming an increasingly important part of Ghana's economy. According to Minister of Trade and Industry, Alan Kyerematen, government is determined to increase investment in the sector.
A country like Bangladesh earns over $30 billion US annually just by producing garments and exporting to different parts of the world. Is this something that is beyond us as a country? Obviously, no. That is why we've also identified and we are promoting the development of garments and textiles in our country. We're also aggressively developing the pharmaceutical industry. Currently, we produce only 30% of our pharmaceutical needs and requirements. It means we are importing 70%. That gap can be filled through local production, and particularly in Africa. If we are talking about pharmaceutical production, you can confidently say that Ghana is either the first or amongst the first. And so government is aggressively supporting local pharmaceutical companies who are all members of AGI to be able to enhance their exports and also to produce for the local market. And I could go on and on and on these new strategic anchor industries. But it is also about supporting small and medium enterprises. And that is the other pillar of our industrial transformation agenda.
Now, the Vehicle and Asset Dealers Union of Ghana has asked government to immediately stop the implementation of the Customs Amendment Act 2020. According to them, the act, which stops the importation of used vehicles, will impact the livelihoods of many workers in the used car chain businesses.
According to the Vehicle and Assets Dealers Union, the announcement of the intended implementation of the act came to them as a surprise.
As stakeholders, we met with the Minister of Trade not long ago, and he repeated that the implementation of the Customs Amendment Act 2020 will come and will take effect on the 1st of September 2022, about 2 weeks away from now, from today. And then from him, he said that they will soon make an announcement in order that used car importers will be sensitized. That we don't understand. What kind of sensitization do you want to give us? Telling us that you want to scrap the importation of what our livelihood depends on. This announcement came as a surprise to us due to the effortless work we have put in drafting a standard document which will regulate and control the modus of our trade and create an enabling market for both new and used car dealers to operate in. VADAC is therefore seeking the following reliefs before the implementation of this act. And without any delay and failure to address these issues will result in the union taking drastic decisions and steps. And the reliefs are as follows. Reducing the 0 to 5 years of vehicles that are going to be imported into this country to 0 to 1 year or 0 to 12 months. Scrapping completely the 35% draconian penalty on the importation of 0 to 5 years completely, scrapping it completely. Maintaining the courier track and their mode of shipping. They have a mode of shipping. We are asking them to maintain that mode of shipping.
Now, in other news, Ghana has been facing an increase in housing deficit for over the years. According to the head of marketing at Eco Block Limited, the adoption of eco-friendly building materials offers a range of product cost-effective, sustainable and energy-saving opportunities for individuals to build and own homes at a cheaper cost.
The polystyrene with wire mesh. So basically we call it Eco Panel. Yes. So we can use it in conjunction with other traditional building materials. Okay, so when you use the Eco Panel, firstly you can talk about the total constructional cost. You'll be saving around 10 to 15% on a bigger project. And also we can also talk about the running costs. Always we are always concentrating on the immediate cost, but then the running cost. Firstly, polystyrene has an excellent insulation property. So you have a constant temperature. You don't need to power your room to keep it cool. You can have a very good ambience with the polystyrene.
That'll be all for business here on Newsbeat. My name is Winston Taki. Sports is next after this break. Keep watching.
It's 46 past midday in the Ghanaian capital, Accra. My name is Faye John Quarter. It's time for sports. After a success at the just ended Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, United Kingdom, Ghana's long jumper Deborah Aqua says the decision to quit has changed.
Well, I don't.
Long jump.
So I actually said that because I was going to be done with school. I'm now doing my master's and I'll be done in December. So by then I wasn't talking to agents and I wasn't getting support from anybody. And I can't depend on my scholarship money. And like I said, I'll be done in December. So after school, I have to look for a job and I have to be taking care of myself. So I can't be taking care of myself and then be doing track at the same time. But right now, I've been talking to agents. Like right now I have like 3-4 different agents that I've been talking to. So in like few weeks, I'll have a manager and then an agent. And then I'll probably sign to a contract. So I'm not quitting track.
That's your sports. My name is Faye John Quarter. Yaya is standing by for the latest in showbiz.
Thank you, Johnny. Entertainment news is next. My name is Anayata Nawach, and now to our very first story, Ghanaian high-life musician, songwriter, producer and composer JW Ambule has revealed that music is information and education. According to him, music does not only serve as a means to dance, but as a platform for teaching, just as the past high-life musicians used music to enlighten people.
Kwame Nkrumah's time, secondly, we had Broadway bands, CK Band and this Carousel. We had Weavers. You come to Accra, E.T. Mensahs and the Ramblers and the Black Beats. There were so many bands. But one thing that was so much significant about what they were doing was they were enlightening the people. Okay. Giving information to the people because they're using the music as a platform. But they were educating the people as well. Talking about marriage life, talking about where you work, whatever that is happening, around that time and the vicinities. They were using that to educate the people. So it gave me an insight that, music is not only for dancing. We have music for dancing and all that, but still, you have to educate the people through the music so that when they go back home, they can be, thinking and reflecting what they heard. You performing or singing. So I grew up with that, and it came to a certain point that I said, okay, so when I make a song like cut your coat according to your size and things like that, it's part and parcel of life, that everything that you do in life, you got to make sure that, because if you cut oversize, people, if it's too tight, you feel uncomfortable.
Now, away from that, Ghanaian British TV personality Peace Hyde has confirmed the renewal of Africa's first original reality television series, Young, Famous and African. The unscripted series is set to return on Netflix for its second season.
Being more fabulous, gorgeous, making more money.
Netflix Young, Famous and African Season 1, which features celebrities from across Africa, including Diamond Platinums from Tanzania, Annie Macaulay Idibia from Nigeria, and South African superstar Nadia Nakai, amongst others, returns with Season 2. Confirming the show's renewal, creator and executive producer Peace Hyde shared on Instagram, "The love for Young, Famous and Africa's first Netflix unscripted original series has been incredible. Thank you to each and every one of you all for the love and support." Well, it's official. Season 2 of Young, Famous and African is coming. The unscripted show debuted in March to a massive reception from subscribers nationwide.
That's all on entertainment news. My name is Anayata Nobwache. Annie, over to you.
Right, thank you. Now let's do the international stories.
The results of a controversial referendum granting unchecked powers to the office of Tunisia's president Kais Saied showed 94.6% of votes in favor. Voters overwhelmingly approved the new constitution, officially announcing definitive results from the July 25 poll. The United Nations Mine Action Service says it has cleared 25 anti-personnel mines from Piggy County in South Sudan, making the area safe to inhabit. As South Sudan struggles for peace, it is still cleaning up the deadly threat posed by thousands of landmines from previous conflict decades ago. The explosives are a danger to fragile efforts at rebuilding and development. Explosions and fires ripped through at least 17 locations in southern Thailand on Wednesday in what appeared to be multiple coordinated attacks that injured 7 people. The bombings and arson attacks happened after midnight in targeted convenience stores and a gas station across 3 provinces, lightly injuring at least 7. No one has claimed responsibility for the attacks so far. Former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison has resisted calls to resign from Parliament after news emerged that he had secretly assumed 5 additional roles during his tenure. He defended his decision taken during the pandemic as necessary in extraordinary times. The revelations caused uproar amongst the public and his colleagues, with one calling his behavior dictatorial.
And that's all we have for you this afternoon. The Newsbeat came to you live from the Akua Boahema studio at North Ridge. We're back to a Good Afternoon Ghana for News Flash at 7 with News Night and at 10 with News Line. Thanks for watching and bye for now.